Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to KTSC Sports Talk with your host, Justin P. This is a channel where we talk about all major sports from the NFL down to Major League Baseball, NHL hockey, the NBA, of course, college basketball, college football, all college sports, the men's and women's, boxing, UFC, wrestling, MMA, you name it, the whole nine. Make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit all so you can get all my latest content and all of my latest videos. It'll pop up in your notifications either through your cell phone or through your email. Today, well, this morning, I'm gonna talk about the J.J. Watt release. I did a piece on it yesterday on my podcast, BYOE Sports Talk with Justin P. Make sure y'all go check that out. It's on Spotify and it's on Podbean. Just to go to search, type in hashtag BYOE Sports Talk with Justin P. You'll see the picture of the Ravens logo and it says "Bring Your Own Energy." 'Cause that's what BYE stands for. That's what BYE stands for. Bring Your Own Energy. I'm sorry, I got tongue tied. And you can also follow my other podcasts. This is on Spotify as well and on Anchor. KTSC Sports Talk with Justin P. Now that one I've been doing that one for like a month, some change. So I have 34 episodes on that one. BYOE just had 4. I just started it this week with 5. I'm looking to add more to it. So y'all go follow both of them on Spotify and Anchor and Podbean. Well, the Texans released J.J. Watt Friday. They say they both agreed to a mutual parting, but I'm pretty sure it was because he didn't want like the direction the team was going in. Him and Bill O'Brien had issues, with trading the DeAndre Hopkins and all that other stuff. So it's been a lot of turmoil brewing over there for a minute, and they're not knowing if Deshaun Watson's going to be there or not. I know they say they're not trading him, but if he refuses to come to camp or sits out, sits out because he's already paid, he has his money. He won't lose that much money. He's already signed on the dotted line, so he'll still get paid. So he could force his way out like that. So and J.J. Watt don't want to sit there and go through no rebuild, being in his 11th year. So he wants to play for a contender. So they grant his wishes. But by releasing him now, he gets the early start. He can go sign with anybody he want now because he was released. Only the free agents that are still with their teams, they have to wait till March, March 15th, whatever, fit the free agency stuff. But everybody that's released can go, Mark Ingram was released, he can go sign with a team. J.J. Watt, everybody that was released, A.J. Boye, all them guys, they can go sign with any team they want right now because they don't got to clear waivers. So, the Texans say about $17 million, on the cap for releasing them. So, like I said, they could probably use that money to get 2 or 3 defensive linemen because it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to replace the production of J.J. Watt, especially when healthy. But even this year, when him playing in limited action, he still was top 5 and against the run, top 5 and win rate, winning his one-on-one matchups. There's only a couple defensive linemen, and let alone defensive players, you're going to take over J.J. Watt, fully healthy, even not healthy. Aaron Donald, you got Jalen Ramsey, you got Gilmore, you got probably J.J. Watt is going to be at least no lower than 5 on your list. So I'm going to name a couple landing spots that he could probably go to. Let's see, he could probably go to the Cowboys. They have D linemen there, but they're none of them is as good as J.J. Watt. The only one that could probably come close is DeMarcus Lawrence, but he takes plays off. And that'll actually help DeMarcus Lawrence because now you got somebody on the inside that's going to pressure the shit out the quarterback and starting to run. The funny thing is, 'cause I used to be a Cowboy fan. I was my team growing up. But I always was stuck with the home team and the home team guys. So I basically had 2 teams, Cowboys, NFC, Ravens, AFC, Basically, until they played each other, I didn't root for nobody. I was neutral across the board. But then Jerry Jones pissed me off, so I left him alone, just focused straight on the home team. Long story short. But I remember the draft, 2011 draft, I'm like, okay, we can get J.J. Watt. Imagine, the Cowboys were my team at the time, so were the Ravens. But they took Tyron Smith, which ended up being a good deal because, he's a hell of a tackle, even though he's hurt, whatever. But he protected that blind side. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Both of them going to the Hall of Fame regardless. But, the Cowboys had a chance to get J.J. Watt. I was like, okay, cool, man. So now they get to get him now, even though a couple years later. So now the Cowboys, they want to, they can get two players that they always wanted. Earl Thomas now, who's a free agent, he sat out for a year, so he's still fresh, basically because he didn't play no games, and he's gonna come cheaper. And J.J. Watt now too, so now they can they can have a defense with J.J. Watt, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith, uh, Leighton Van Esch. I'm assuming he's fully healthy, and Earl Thomas. That'll be a great defense. Then with Dan Quinn back there, he's going to bring that Seattle and Atlanta defense, that cover three scheme, like Chris Bouchard did. But he's going to probably implement some other stuff. So, Dallas defense is definitely going to go up from here. Up. They were last. They did last. They couldn't go no worse. They probably was worse than the 2013 defense. That was setting records for giving up points, putting no points per game and yards allowed and all that stuff. So, Dan Quinn is definitely going to have them up in there fighting for their benchmark. I mean, the benchmark is going to be middle of the pack, like 16th, but I think they're going to be a little higher because they do have some talented guys over there. They still have the draft coming up and have the 10th pick. I know that everybody has them going with Sewell, so if they can get like a defensive player, like a Surtain or somebody, that'll definitely help them up with J.J. Watt, and they somehow get Earl Thomas, that'll put them in the mix. So that's one right there, the Cowboys. 2, the Green Bay Packers. I don't know what their money looking like. They really don't use it like that. I mean, they paid Darius Smith and Preston Smith, but that was 2 years ago, year before last. And they brought in Adrian Amos, so they definitely have improved that defense. Because he's like, Aaron Rodgers, to get where we got to go, we got to have a good defense because he's getting up there in age. He still can sling it. He just won the MVP, of course. So, last time the Packers got to the Super Bowl won it, they had a top 5 defense. So, they're Mark Murphy and them guys, they're starting to put the resources into the defense again. As they should, because Kenny Clark, and Dane Lowry, them guys are beasts up front. So you add a J.J. Watt to that. Ooh, you talking about, man, that front interior 3. And you sprinkle in Rashad Gary because he can play inside and outside. And you still got Preston and Darius Smith. Yeah, like I said, they could just find a middle linebacker. I know Christian Kirksey's solid, but I don't know if he's their long-term answer. Plus, they need somebody to play beside him. I know they got the kid Chris Barnes, Chris Barnes, I think. My brother's a big Packers fan. Shout out to Lionel. Follow him on Instagram, Finney Hendricks, and he also has a podcast as well on Spotify, the Apple Store, and all that. Finney Sports Talk and Trends. Make sure you follow Big Bro. So I know he's probably thinking the same thing. I haven't really talked to him about it. I'll probably shoot the shit with him a little later on about that and give his opinion about them getting J.J. Watt. So that'll give them J.J. Watt, Kenny Clark, and Dean Lowry in the interior 3 because they run a 3-4 as of right now. I don't know who the other coordinator is going to be, but if that's what they do, and they can. You still got the Smiths coming off the edge and Rashad Gary, that wild card. They still got pretty good secondary. Kevin King's still a good corner. He just had a bad game. So he'll get better. Justin Jackson's solid. Jai Alexander's up there. He's in my top 5. And both the safeties are good, so they'll be fine. They just need get one more receiver over there to help out Devontae. Lazard, them guys are good. MVS, they can keep him, but if they can get somebody like a Corey Davis or Will Fuller or just somebody that's just a decent, good number 2 option, just so that if they roll coverage to Devontae, they can kill you consistently. Yeah, they'll be fine. All right, so I got the Cowboys, Packers. I'm gonna go with let's see, San Francisco 49ers. Because like I said, they love defensive linemen. They lost to Forrest Buckner. Well, they ain't lost them. They traded them because they didn't want to. In my opinion, when I talked to some 49er fans, they paid the wrong person. Eric Armstead was good. He had a breakout year, but Buckner's been good ever since he got drafted. That would just sack some more. And they traded him. They got the 13th pick for him. They took Javon Kinlaw. But if you add J.J. Watt to that, man, with Nick Bosa coming back and then Dee Ford, now you can play Watt inside, outside with Kinlaw in that rotation, man. My God, it'll be a sack fest over there again, like it was, when they went to the Super Bowl. And Sherman and all them guys come back healthy. Fred Warner, Drake Greenlaw. They have that. That'll be a pretty good defense. They're already good now. You got J.J. Watt, man. Ooh, they're gonna be terrorizing the league. Because he has help around him. So Houston was just him and Whitney Merciless. You know what I mean? That's it. Because Clowney was gone and all that. So you add him to San Fran. That'll definitely help boost that defensive line back up where they were in 2019. Excuse me, everybody got a little sniffles this morning. um, who else? Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna stay with the NFC. Then I'm gonna go some AFC teams. Don't know what their cap situation looking like when I do my 32 team in 32 days review. I'll have that information. I already start that in like the beginning of March, sometime, and boom. I'm gonna wait till I get out of Facebook jail because I always started on my Facebook, stuff. Then I'll put it on my podcast and all that stuff, like reiterate it from there. That way everybody can hear on all multiple platforms. Minnesota Vikings. It'll be him and Michael Pierce in the middle of that defense together, which will be hell. And then they still got Danielle Hunter. They don't have. They don't have. They need another end. They had Giannis for trading, but with J.J. Watt, excuse me, Michael Pierce and Danielle Hunter, you can't. Even if he's just a sub ball player over there, if he's in the league, he can play. He can hold his own. Even you could take me right now. When play football, God knows when you got them three on the other side, I'm gonna get me a few sacks because all the you gonna double two of them, like you gonna roll everything over there. So I'm gonna have one on one. I'm gonna at least get me a few sacks. Or anybody. I'm just saying, if you can't get sacks playing along three Pro Bowlers, there's something wrong, bro. But I think they probably gonna go draft somebody, put them right there, or get somebody, out of free agency, for a good price, to play that backside defensive end. Cause that'd be that'd be like the purple peoples all over again. J.J. Watt, Michael Pierce, Danielle Hunter, and let's say they was to go pick up somebody like who out there? If Minnesota don't keep clowning, if Tennessee don't keep clowning, bring him back, bring him there. Cause I'm pretty sure his value have gone down by him getting hurt. And you got Clowney, Danielle Hunter, Watt, and Pierce inside. Man, look the fuck out, man. It's gonna be a sack party. With Anthony Barr and all them guys back there in the linebacker spot, man. Yeah. Yeah, they're still a little young in the secondary, but with that pressure up front, that'll help them out a lot. So I got the Vikings right there. So I got the Cowboys, Packers, 49ers, Vikings, the NFC team. Arizona Cardinals stay in the division. I'm going to stay in the NFC West. Well, I'm going to go back to the NFC West, I'm sorry. Arizona Cardinals, they need some interior help. They were they weren't that great against the run, So you add J.J. Watt over there with Jordan Phillips and all them guys like them, and Chandler Jones. Hassan Reddick, I don't know if they're going to keep him or not. I know he's supposed to be a free agent, but I think they will. Isaiah Simmons, Devondre Campbell, Jordan Hicks, Devon Kennard. They got some, they got Zach Allen from Boston College. They got some pretty good players in the front seven. You add him to that helps out a lot. Then with Patrick Peterson, assuming that they keep him. Byron Murphy. They picked up Drake Kirkpatrick and Jonathan Joseph, two savvy veterans, two former Bengals. They know the game. They've been around the block. They got the safeties. They got Buda Baker, who got paid, who was a beast. He was a beast in college at the University of Washington. Who else they have? Deontay Thompson and the other kid, Jared Thompson. And like I said, Isaiah Simmons can play safety too. So they have have a young defense there, and they add J.J. Watt to that, man. It's gonna be that boosts us up there. Their chances to be a top 10 unit, because I think that's what's holding the Cardinals back. They have the offense. They need to play better on defense. Let's go to the Seattle Seahawks. They definitely can use them. They definitely can use his services a lot because they have a hard time stopping teams. So excuse me for a second. Because like I said, they gave up a lot to get Jamal Adams to pay dividends because he broke a record for sacks from safety with 10. He just got to get his hands on the ball more, which I'm pretty sure Ken Norton Jr. is on him about. He will. But you add J.J. Watt to that defensive line with Jaron Reed, Carlos Dunlap and them guys, and L.J. Collier, with Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, K.J. Rice, Shaquille Griffin, Shaquille Griffin, Trey Flowers, Quentin Dunbar, Quentin Diggs, Quandre Diggs, Mar Adams. That's a pretty good defense. They were already pretty solid. Now you add J.J. Watt to that, man. They're going to be Ken Norton Jr. would love that. Him and Jaron Reed going to create all the pressure in the middle. So Carlos Dunlap and L.J. Collier can eat outside. And Bruce Irvin. I think they still got Bruce Irvin for the time being. So you got the Seattle Seahawks. You got the Los Angeles Rams. They known to make splash. Because remember they did it with Sue. They had Sue Brockers and Aaron Donald all together. They can do the same thing with J.J. Watt. You know, and they still got Alshon Robinson. They got the kid Gay and Morgan Fox. They could just rotate that defensive line all the way around. Now you're bringing in fresh bodies. Man, that penetration going to be crazy. But Samson Okubon outside, Leonard Floyd, they just paid him. He had a hell of a year. You know, and then the back end with Ramsey and Darius Williams and them guys, and Taylor Rapp and John Johnson, you know, they're going to be, you know, defense is going to get even better if you add a former 3-time defensive player of the year and, you know, in a future Hall of Fame. I mean, Brandon Staley will go nuts with that. Because he's an upgrade over Sue because he's rushed his passer way better. Sue was a monster. Sue just was on that Super Bowl team. But, you know, who out there? I got, that's everybody out the NFC West. New York Giants can definitely use him. And they got Cap Rum, put him alongside with Dexter Lawrence and those guys, and B.J. Hill and all those guys, man, that, you know, wrote that, and, you know, Marcus Golden still there, Lorenzo Carter come back healthy, you know, that'll help that pass rush out a lot. That'll be like the old New York, you know, old Giant David Strahan, Yamin Yard, Matthias Kiwanuka, you know, Justin Tuck, JPP when he was there, you know, they can go with that NASCAR package and put all 4 of them in a game. Because, like I said, J.J. Watt can damn near play for any team in this league. Yeah. It's not a team I can think of that he won't go there and start. I just, like, even the Tampa Bay Bucks, he will go there and be a starter. You know what I'm saying? It would be him, Sue, and Vita Vea. And whoever else was there would just, you know, be an odd man out. He can go to Buffalo. Him and Ed Oliver will be right there. The other guys will just have to get in where they fit in. He's just that hell of a player. Like, there's no team he can go. The Bengals, even the Bengals, you know, him and Geno Atkins. DJ Reader is his former teammate in Houston. He would just have to just get in where he fit in too. Simple. The Browns, he can go there. Larry Ogunjobi who would just have to get in where he fit in. New England, you know, he'll definitely go ham over there. You know, it'd be him, Lawrence Guy, and a few other guys they got. You know, who else? There's a lot of teams that man can play for, man. Like I said, the Raiders, he'll definitely help that defense out. You know, him, Jonathan Hankins, Maurice Hirsch, and all of them. You know, that'll help Cleveland Farrell and Max Crosby, because he will collapse that pocket, and that means they can have one-on-ones. You know, if Washington football team, he can even start there. Loaders, they will move somebody. They will move like a Matthew Ioannidis for him or somebody like that. The way they can have the Ron Payne, Jonathan Allen, J.J. Watt. And then you got Sweat and Kerrigan coming off the edge. They could just rotate Ron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Like I said, Watt come there, man, and then with them 2 bookends and Ryan Kerrigan coming up, man, that's a lot. That is a lot, man. Like I said, if I'm the Redskins, I'm not Redskins, I'm the Washington football team, I'm going to get J.J. Watt and I'm going to try to get Deshaun Watson because you got some capital. Trade that, whatever pick that is, that 15th pick. Like Houston, go ahead and try to they can probably get a quarterback. They probably can get Zach Wilson or somebody there. You know, give them that next year first and give them one of them defensive linemen. Like, you could have, you could have Deron Payne or Jonathan Allen. And we'll throw you in Ryan Kerrigan with some picks. The way Houston defense can look somewhat vulnerable, you know, since they're losing Watt. And then Brittany Mercer's won't be there by herself. You get Ryan Kerrigan and probably like Matthew Ioannidis or somebody there, but that Texan defense will still be okay to an extent. And then you get J.J. Watt over there with him and Chase Young and all that, man. Woo, and Montez Sweat, that'll be hell. That'll be hell. And you just somehow to pull that off and get Deshaun Watson. With Terry McLaurin, and they got a little bit of money to play with, they going to get another receiver or something, man. Look out for the Washington football team. I think they only get better because Ron Rivera is going to be healthy now. He was battling his butt off with his leukemia, leukemia, cancer and all that. Still made the playoffs. Granted, they had a losing record, but hey, they're going to be a team to watch. Like I said, I already said the Cowboys. The Eagles, they pretty good on the defensive line, but like I said, even then, J.J. Watt is better than Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson will get traded or something or moved to get J.J. Watt and Fletcher Cox together. That's like Madden. That's something you do in Madden. You turn off the salary cap and put them two together. Or make a trade with the computer. That'll be cheating. And Derek Barnett and then Brandon Graham. instant pressure. Like I said, the Bears. Like I said, if they got the money, you got Akeem Hicks, you got J.J. Watt, and you got fucking man, Bilal Nichols. That front, that 3-4 will be off the fucking meat rack with Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn. Man, that shit'll be off the meat rack, and they got some good corners. You know, shush, that'll be off the chain too. Like I said, it's Denver will be a great fit. Tampa Bay, like I said, he can go anywhere. To make a long story short, there's no team in the league can't go to because even if they have a guy there, he's not going to be better than him. Maybe one guy, they might have one guy like Fletcher or somebody that's been more, but he's not. I don't think only interior defensive lineman taking ahead of J.J. Watt right now because he's been injured is Aaron Donald, of course, Chris Jones. Everybody else he's better than, flat out. So. He can go anywhere and instantly become a fucking starter and a fucking Pro Bowler again. So, even the Ravens can pick him up. My Ravens, like I said, I love Derek Wolfe, but if it come down to Derek Wolfe or J.J. Watt, I'm taking J.J. Watt. If we can keep Derek Wolfe, he wants to stay here. You can rotate. You can come in, more fresh bodies. When Brandon Williams, big ass, need a break, we could put Juke, Calais, and J.J. Watt in the game. And then, that slide, because we can line J.J. Watt and Calais inside and outside. And we can slide somebody else in the McPhee or whatever. And that pass rush going to be cranked the hell up. We're going to be sacking everybody left and right. So everybody, let me know what y'all think in the comments and all that stuff like that. Where y'all think J.J. Watt's going to go. No right or wrong answers. Just, keep it friendly, because this is all just opinion. Nobody works for NFL Network or nobody's sports agent or GM. It's just all just educated opinion. So let me know what y'all think J.J. Watt will end up at the in the comment section. I'm also leave all my emails, all 3 of my emails, in the description once I'm done. Once I upload this video, and like I said, hit the subscribe button and go up and hit all so you can get all my latest videos. The way you won't miss nothing, not a video, not a near video. You won't miss not a near video. Like he said on How High. That's a little inside joke for those who don't know. How High was a great movie. Method Man, Redman, shout out to y'all, Mike Epps. Yes, everybody. So like I said, I'm definitely gonna leave my emails in the description and the rest of my platforms where you can find me at. So I just like I said, I did a podcast about it yesterday on my secondary podcast, and I'll probably do it about later on my main podcast because I have a couple people that's supposed to be coming on. If things don't change, if not, I'll go solo. When they on me, I'll go solo. I have no problem with that. The show must go on. And I'll talk about it on KTSE Sports Talk because I ain't talk about it on there yet. So everyone from KTSE Sports Talk with your host Justin P. Have an outstanding day, an outstanding weekend. Be safe in this weather. Drive safe. Don't let no job or nobody stress you out because God woke you up for a purpose. All right, everybody. Just like J.J. Watt is with the Houston Texans. I'm out.